Good morning. We're at GITEX. It's day 3. We have the team from HPE and Alpha Data speaking to Gulf Business. My first question to is Michael from HPE. Michael, could you tell me how has artificial intelligence impacted the digital transformation of enterprises in the UAE?
Good morning, and thanks for inviting me to have this conversation with you. You know, when I think about the question, there are 3 elements that I think about. 1, I think about enhanced data analytics. 2, I think about things like predictive analytics. And 3, I think about this thing called edge to cloud. So let me start off with the first one. When you think about enhanced analytics, when we collect all of this data, really the power is how do customers make better insights and decisions based on this data. So that's one element that AI helps us with. The second element is in basic things like predictive failures, right? We have the power today to be able to look into the future and using this capability tell you when a lift is going to fail or your car may fail, right? And then the last element where I think particularly HPE and our technology Greenlake will help is how do you take all of that capability and you help customers at the edge in the business data centers or even in a public cloud. And so that's the value proposition that HP does, is we're able to help you across all of these spheres.
Okay, interesting and comprehensive. Could you tell me why do you recommend a zero trust network security access approach for enterprises?
Look, zero trust is very important, right? You know, we believe at HPE that we are perfectly positioned to help our customers protect all of the information that they have, right? And again, if you look at from a zero trust perspective, we think that where we can add value, particularly in HPE, is to protect the entire value chain. So think about this, when you acquire technology, from the time it's created to the time that it's destructed, HPE plays in that value chain. And so we can really give you all of that function from a HPE perspective. Then we layer on some of the stuff that our partner does. And what we really do there is we then have the ability to, again, when you look at the threat vector, the biggest challenge corporates have is not an attack from the outside, is malicious use inside of the network. And so working with our partners Alpha Data and some of the capability they have on top of our platform, they were able to give you a comprehensive solution to that.
Okay, interesting. And my final question to you is, as UAE's digital economy evolves, what are the trends that you're seeing for enterprise demand?
Look, I've been blessed throughout the last 2 weeks. I just attended the AI Summit the other day. And what was really interesting when His Highness addressed us was 3 things we see happening. 1, robotics. 2, quantum computing. And then 3, this idea of generative AI or generative artificial intelligence. We think that those 3 things together with the power of HPE and all that we do around our Greenlake banner will really help address some of the things that we see happening in the economy.
My next question to you is, Praveen, why has HP Greenlake been called HPE's breakthrough cloud platform?
First and foremost, thank you very much for inviting me for this conversation. Thanks to the entire HPE team. HP Greenlake is a very unique proposition that HPE is providing to its customers. HP initially did have something called a pay-as-you-go model, but over the last 5 to 6 years, what we have seen, the Greenlake model has been most successful. It provides the customers a sort of a hybrid cloud environment where there are requirements for keeping the data on the premise, applications on the premise, but still you need to have a cloud-like environment where you need to go pay as specifically requirement, a specific requirement comes in and you have to deploy it and you can just pay according to that requirement. So this very unique proposition helps the customers in terms of making sure that he pays only for the services that he is using for that particular provisioning of resources that he is doing for a particular campaign or for a particular time of the year where he requires these resources to be available. He doesn't have to start off everything on day 1. What happens is that he starts very small, grows as and when required. So there is a huge amount of capex that he saves, which he can probably use it for some other requirements of IT, which is much more critical for his environment in terms of getting customers on and increasing the business value to his customers. Secondly, it's a managed service model. The managed service model actually helps the customer to maintain his complex IT hardware environment through HPE itself. He doesn't have to have IT resources on the ground. What HPE is offering in its whole services portfolio is to making sure that all the resources are available through a 24/7 business critical systems support. Similarly, requirements of resources that is immediately available on call. This actually helps the customers in a huge way in terms of provisioning, in terms of getting the support that is required by deploying an HP Greenlake technology. The other great thing about it is basically in terms of the security and compliance. HP is very, very strict. I have been to HP's office at Palo Alto. I have seen the type of security systems that HP employs for its own system, and the same system is followed across to its clients. That's a very critical system to make sure that all the systems are taken care, up to date in terms of the security patches and so many things to make sure that the environment is absolutely safe from external threats. The other great advantage, I think that the biggest advantage that it provides is in terms of the partner support, which HP Greenlake 3, HP has made sure that the partners are more enabled and they get the first right to go to a customer rather than HP going directly. So what happens is that the partner helps in conjunction with HP, helps the customer to design a solution and making sure that it is a win-win proposition across the board for customer as well as the partner and HPE for that matter.
Could you tell us something about Alpha Data specialization in enterprise mobility?
So enterprise mobility is a relatively newer term if you ask me, but this technology has been prevalent for the last at least 10 years 10 to 12 years that we have been actively involved in this particular. Many customers have requirements to make sure that people are working from different parts of the world. They need to have the access to data, critical data, through a secure mode. So the mobility platforms that Alpha Data offers to its customers make sure that there is all the technology in place at the customer side and the employees can use their data securely through the places where they are using. Alpha Data has partnered with, has its own partners like VMware, Citrix, and Nutanix, who are actually helping us to make sure that these type of technologies are available to all the customers. Now, where I find it's more interesting is that the HP Greenlake model, which comes in as a part of this particular proposition also. HP Greenlake again offers the customers the Citrix platform, the VMware platform and Nutanix platform on through its Greenlake model, ensuring that that model is also offered as a cloud business, and that is very critical. Again, the whole thing is that customer saves a lot of money on its own budgets and makes sure that all the capex is typically used for very critical projects, which is more important for gaining their business and ensuring overall prosperity of the organization.
Okay, thank you for your insights, gentlemen, and having this conversation with Gulf Business Magazine. Thank you.